Okay. Then we discussed what is oxidation, what is reduction, and oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Moreover, sometimes in a chemical reaction, both reactions are takes place. Both reactions are takes place. That means oxidation and reduction. Oxidation and reduction together takes place. Moreover, oxidation and reduction occur together. Such kind of reactions are called redox reactions. Redox reactions. Redox reactions in the sense reduction plus oxidation. Reduction plus oxidation. So we know what is oxidation and what is reduction. Then in a chemical reaction, if both are occurred, such kind of reactions are called redox reaction. Here redox, red represents is reduction, OX oxidation. And we know what is oxidizing agent and what is reducing agent. So the substance which gives oxygen is called oxidizing agent. The substance which gives hydrogen is called reducing agent. The substance which removes the hydrogen is called oxidizing agent. The substance which remove oxygen is called reducing agent. Let us take one example. Previously we discussed. So zinc oxide plus carbon. It gives zinc plus carbon monoxide. So zinc oxide plus carbon gives rise to zinc and carbon monoxide. Let us observe the reaction once. Zinc oxide plus carbon on heat. Zinc plus carbon monoxide. Observe this reaction carefully. In a single reaction, we have to observe that oxidation and reduction. In what way it is example for oxidation and reduction? Right. See, zinc oxide. From zinc oxide, see here, zinc oxide is changed into zinc. Zinc oxide is changed into zinc. Similarly, carbon is changed as carbon monoxide. Zinc oxide to zinc. Here what will happen? Oxygen is removed. From zinc oxide. Here what happened? Carbon to carbon monoxide. Oxygen is added to carbon. Oxygen is removed from zinc oxide. Oxygen is added to carbon. So oxygen is removed in the sense it is example for reduction. This is an example for reduction. Then oxygen is added to carbon, so it is an example for oxidation. oxidation. It is an example for oxidation. So, zinc oxide is converted into zinc. So, it is an example for reduction. Then, carbon is changed into carbon monoxide. So, it is oxidation. So, it is example for oxidation. So, this is kind of reaction. This kind of reaction is called redox reaction because reduction takes place as well oxidation takes place. Zinc oxide change into zinc. Oxygen is removed from zinc oxide and forms zinc. So oxygen is eliminated or removed. So it is example for reduction. Similarly, carbon changes into carbon monoxide. So this is an example for oxidation. This is example for oxidation. So now let us understand which is the oxidizing agent and which is reducing agent. So here zinc oxide is called as oxidizing. It's called as oxidizing agent, whereas the carbon is called reducing agent. The reaction, in this reaction, zinc oxide is the oxidizing agent, whereas carbon is the reducing agent. What is the oxidizing agent? Which removes hydrogen or which gives oxygen. So here zinc oxide gives oxygen. Zinc oxide gives the oxygen to carbon. Zinc oxide gives oxygen to the carbon. So zinc oxide is an oxidizing agent. Then carbon is called reducing agent. What is the meaning of reducing agent? The substance which gives hydrogen or the substance which removes the oxygen. So in this reaction, carbon remove the oxygen from zinc oxide. So carbon is an oxidizing agent. Carbon is a reducing agent, whereas zinc oxide is oxidizing agent. Here zinc oxide is reduced, whereas carbon is oxidized. Zinc oxide is reduced. Carbon is oxidized because oxygen is added to the carbon. Zinc oxide is reduced. Because zinc oxide lose the oxygen. So such kind of reactions is called redox reaction. So in a chemical reaction, if oxygen is added or hydrogen is removed or oxygen is removed, hydrogen is added, such kind of reactions is called redox reactions. So let us take one more example for understanding redox reaction. One more example. gives rise to Cu plus H2O. Cu plus H2O. Right? So in this reaction also example for redox reaction. Okay. See here, copper oxide plus hydrogen, here copper and water. So Cu, CO change into Cu, H2 is changed into water. So oxygen is removed from copper oxide. So it is the example for reduction. It is example for reduction. Hydrogen is added oxygen. So it is an example for oxidation. Because let's see here, CO, it is reduced. CO is reduced because oxygen is removed. So it forms a copper. Then H2, hydrogen, is oxidized. H2 is oxidized because oxygen is added. So say zinc oxide to zinc, copper oxide to copper oxide to copper. Here hydrogen to water. Then here CO, copper oxide, is an oxidizing agent. Copper oxide is an oxidizing agent, whereas hydrogen is a reducing agent. So this is about the oxidation and redox reaction. So in chemical reaction, both textbooks, reduction takes place and oxidation takes place. So the substance which gives oxygen is oxidizing agent. The substance which remove hydrogen is oxidizing agent. The substance which remove oxygen is reducing agent. The substance which add hydrogen, which gives hydrogen, is called reducing agent. So in these two examples, we discuss reduction, oxidation, reducing agent, oxidizing agent. Which substance is oxidized, which substance is reduced. All are discussed in this too. Then if you want some more information about redox reactions, please watch my previous videos, oldest videos. Please after opening my channel, click on the oldest videos. Then previously uploaded all videos will come according to chapter wise. So they also explained oxidation and reduction with some more examples. Because I did not explain much examples because of previously I explained more examples. And here observe that in these two cases, zinc oxide, copper oxide. These are the metal oxides. These are the metal oxides. In this zinc is removed and copper also removed from their respective oxides. So removal of metallic substance. Removal of metallic element or the substance. Removal of metallic element from the substance is called oxidation. Then the addition of metallic element or removal of non-metallic element. Is also called reduction. Addition of non-metallic element. Addition of non-metallic element. Addition of non-metallic element or removal of metallic element is called oxidation. For example, when copper is heated, in the presence of oxygen, it gives copper oxide. See here, copper is a metal, oxygen is a non-metal. So addition of non-metallic element is called oxidation. Similarly, the addition of metallic element, the addition of non-metallic metallic element or removal of non-metallic element is called reduction. So addition of metallic element or removal of non-metallic element is called reduction. So for example, for this copper oxide, if we add hydrogen and heat, it gives copper plus water. So the addition of metallic element or removal of non-metallic element from copper oxide, oxygen, which is a non-metallic element, is removed. So this is the example for reduction. We know copper. Take copper turnings, which are brown in color generally. So heated on a china dish, heated on a china dish, it turns into black substance, So after, when we pass the hydrogen gas, and a black copper oxide, so what will happen? It turns into red brown and water is formed. For this metal, non-metallic element is added. Oxygen is a non-metallic element. Non-metallic element is added to a metal, so is called oxidation. So Cu changes into CO, copper changes into copper oxide, zinc, carbon plus changes to carbon monoxide. Similarly, for this copper oxide, when we pass the hydrogen gas, then what will happen? Copper oxide again change into copper, because oxygen is removed from the copper oxide. So removal of non-metallic element like oxygen from the compound or from the substance is also called reduction. So here see, let us understand. CO changes into Cu, so reduction. Then O2 changes into water, so oxidation. This is the only oxidation. Here CO reduced into CO. H2 is oxidized into water. H2, this hydrogen is oxidized into water. So here CO is an oxidizing agent, hydrogen is a reducing agent. So such kind of reactions which involves both oxidation and reduction is called redox reactions. Thank you.